Welcome to Still Up Sports, and we're watching and having a watch along right now, guys, to UFC 330. If you are not watching it right now, turn on Paramount and turn on UFC 330. We are going to be watching live and reacting live. If you have any comments, questions, feel free to drop them in and let me know. Besides that, come check us out over here on Still Up Sports. You can check us out right here. We're at 138 on YouTube right now. We're trying to reach 200 before we make it to Denver in November. Go ahead and support if you would like to. It means the world. We talk sports late night, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, late night sports talk, Denver Broncos, all sports talk, especially. But we talk late night sports talk, guys. Feel free to get involved. We're here to talk UFC. We're here for this main card. There's some fun stuff in this card. So, I did not prepare notes, but I would love for you guys to drop in and add your opinions and everything that you want to talk about. Feel free to drop in. This is a very social kind of vibe. So we answer questions, we engage. We love to talk and hear you guys' opinions on these fights. Let me know what's on your mind right now, guys. You got Joe Rogan, John Anik, Daniel Cormier, DC on the call right now. We're about to get into this main card soon. So do me the favor. As always, if you have any comments or questions, drop them below. But besides that, like and subscribe and comment. It helps me out a lot. We're trying to get YouTube's attention to normalize late night sports talk, guys, and it helps me out a lot. So please do me the favor, like, comment, subscribe, go on YouTube. It means the world. Besides that, guys, we're on other platforms as well. So we got to open them all up. Like, we're on X, we're on Twitter, guys. So go check us out. We're right there on X. Go check us out there. Let's see. We're on Instagram. Go check us out on Instagram. We're on Instagram. So, and then besides that, guys, TikTok. We're also on TikTok. Go check us out on TikTok. We're trying to get better and having a bigger social media presence on TikTok. Go check out our boy Zane right there. That's awesome. We'll be maybe talking to Zane in the future. Who knows? Besides that, yes, we're on TikTok, Instagram, X, and YouTube, guys. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe. If you're UFC fans, let me know what's on your mind. If you're watching, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, guys. So we got a nice little card. I'm going to pull it up right now. We're going to pull up the fight card. And here you are right here, guys. This is what we're looking at right now. And if you want to talk Broncos, if you're one of my followers and you talk Broncos and you love the Broncos, we'll talk Broncos, of course, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. This is a fun little card. Looks like I did pay attention to some of what was going on, like Trishan Gore. Good on him. Getting the win over, the savvy vet, Vicente Luque. Crazy. I remember when Wonder Boy and Luque, fought, and I think I could be wrong, but I think Luque broke his hand in that fight or something. But, great on, Trishan Gore. Great win right there. Neil Magny keeping it up as always. Let's see, guys. We got Edson Barboza fight coming up, I believe. Who would have thought Edson Barboza would still be doing it? Crazy. No one would have thought that Barboza's still out here just throwing hands. The man's killing it. Let's click tail of the tape real quick. That's why I'm saying it, because he's 40 years old. And the man has been one of the most violent fighters, and his styles is very violent. And it's very crazy. Yep, guys, if you're watching, it says we got 71 people watching, 8 on YouTube, 63 on X. Retweet this, like, comment, subscribe, retweet this post. Get engaged, guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking about some of these fights. I love the Broncos. I love talking football, but I will say MMA and combat sports is like my second love. I grew up and I've watched so many seasons of Ultimate Fighter. I can't even tell you. I just love it. I love MMA. I love combat sports, and we try to cover and react to everything, guys. So thank you for joining me. Hope you guys are having a great day. Yeah, if you're watching, turn on Paramount and go watch UFC 330. We got a main event that's similar to what we saw back when it was Conor Khabib. You got Islam versus Ian Machado Gary versus Islam Makhachev. And the grappler striker comparison, I will say Islam has lost a fight before in his life, and it was due to like a crazy kick to the head knocked him out. Ian Gary's a crazy striker. Who knows how this is going to go? Did Conor have the ability to knock out Khabib? Absolutely. Was he going to be able to use it? Didn't look like it that much. I mean, he landed some shots, but Khabib took him down. We know how that went. And that's how some people expect this Ian Gary Islam Makhachev fight to go, guys. But people need to maybe go into this fight with some caution based off of what you're expecting with these two. I would not. I don't feel comfortable about the betting odds leaning one way or the other, in my opinion. Especially like if you're just going to assume Makhachev is the grappler. So something happened. Internet freaked out. We close that maybe. Okay. Come check us out, guys. We're on YouTube. We did a preview look yesterday at Broncos versus Falcons, and then we also had Jay Weaver on, to react to it and talk about that game. And while we did get a little into the game and some of the key things that I paid attention to, we really went off on Jonah Coleman fan club. We might have to make this an annual meeting, getting all the Jonah Coleman fans together, and we'll elect Cecil Lammy, our president. Maybe Jay can be VP. Maybe they need a campaign manager, and I can be the campaign manager for the Jonah Coleman campaign. I'd love to be in on that. Yeah, guys, we're all over the place. We got so much stuff coming. There's some cool content coming out in the future, guys. Again, this is why I ask, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, because there's so many things coming out, and I don't want you to miss what we may be up to in the future, guys. Besides that, we got some great fights coming up. Watch-alongs are so fun because they're a laid-back vibe. When we do our Broncos watch-alongs for the regular season, not the preseason, but the regular season is when we begin those. When we begin the regular season watch-alongs, guys, we're going to be having to take some notes, but we're going to still be laid back and enjoying the vibe. Something about these UFC fights is I'm pretty good at keeping track of these notes without having to write them down, at least some of these things from these fights. That's just because I grew up watching so much UFC. I can retain this information. Let's see. Hold on, Paramount. Come on, Paramount. Is anyone else's Paramount acting up? Because maybe it's just mine. Maybe it's just... There we go. Hold on. There we go. All right. Okay. Yep. We're not going to play the UFC's audio as they're actively talking about, how they go after people who use their stuff. But you got Paul Felder, Chris Weidman up there. Man, I'm a big Paul Felder fan. I love Paul Felder, man. The man stepped in on a fight. And again, we got Mackenzie Dern fighting tonight, guys. That's awesome, too. But, man, I'm a big Paul Felder fan. I love having him on the call or at least up in some sort of media booth. But, man, Mackenzie Dern, she's really trying to keep that title. She's earned her spot in this game for sure. Let's see, guys. We are on X as well, so check us out over here, YouTube. Yeah, so and we got some fun stuff also coming up. Like, so we got all these playlists. You got the pregame reactions, postgame reactions, and then I'll just have to change that one to pregame reactions, or pregame whatever. But we're building out the playlists a little bit more. We got our interviews over here, 24-hour streams over there from when we did do one. We did 4 this off season, but that was the only one that, for the most part, that we actually got on there documented. But people have been there. They showed up. They knew we did it. Besides that, these late night vibes with Still Up Sports, we're going to have a new one coming out tonight probably. So, stay tuned for that. We'll probably have another one coming out. We'll just pick an audio later tonight and we'll make one. So stay tuned for that, guys. Let's see. There you go. So you got all of us right here, all of our social medias and stuff. But I also want you to do me a favor and go check out our friend Petros at Goonsville Clothing, because Petros is amazing. I'm rocking the Goonsville right now, guys. You can see it right here. The Goonsville hat. Greek Goonsville. Always rocking the Goonsville. Got the chain, of course. Yeah, guys, we're just... we're living our best life, and you can always live your best life when you're rocking Goonsville, guys. Goonsville is fully embroidered. Some of the cleanest merchandise I've ever seen. I've always got a cart ready. I still have a cart ready to go right now. Petros is such a great guy, and you can also, let me remove me real quick, but there's 10% off right here, guys. go check out that 10% off and go check out and put in a Goonsville order. Goonsville's awesome. Not a paid sponsor, but Goonsville is definitely family. And, we admire everything that Petros is doing and what he has done with Goonsville. It is truly admirable. And go check out like the Perseverance line. So sick. You never know who's going to be rocking Goonsville, guys. I say it all the time, whether it's podcasters, streamers, whether it's motocross athletes, whether it's, retired combat sports athletes, who knows will be rocking. Who knows who will be rocking Goonsville? Goonsville's everywhere. And if you live in Denver, you know about Goonsville. But besides that, Goonsville's spreading its wings all across the world, slowly but surely. And it's eventually going to be a household brand, household name. So do me a favor and go check out my friend Petros at Goonsville and check out some of the stuff he's got going on. Again, clean catalog, all kinds of cool stuff in there. My thing is every time I come onto this website, I start a new cart. And the man knows. And then even if there's stuff not on this website, he knows I'll message him about it. So, just do me a favor and go check out Goonsville, guys. It would mean the world to me if you go support Petros and give him some love. The man's killing it. Going to Boulder and going to school again. So, besides that, guys, we're back. Yep, stay tuned. We got some UFC fights coming soon, guys. We'll pull up that UFC card real quick. All right, guys, here's this card today. Oh, hold on. I am not a robot. Let's see, so prelims already done. Oops. Let's go to the main card. There you go. So this is your main card right here. We'll start right back here. So we're waiting for Edson Barboza. That's going to be a good one. The man's been in the game for so long. Jalen Turner, that's going to be a good one. Jalen Turner, 15-9. There was a period where he was a very, touted prospect as a striker. The man's a great striker. I don't know. I think this might be Jillian Robertson's second title fight. I think she's already fought for a title before and lost. I could be wrong there. And you got Mackenzie Dern, 16-5. That's going to be a good one, guys. Everyone who knows about Mackenzie Dern knows the lady's dangerous on the ground. She could choke you out easy. Islam Makhachev, Ian Machado, Gary, that's going to be a good one. Because look at this. Both of them only have one loss in their careers. And I'll tell you, Islam's loss came from like a crazy head kick KO. Ian has that possibility and that capability. He's that talented. And again, Islam is 5'8". Ian is 6'2". At 170, 6'2", 170. I'm 6'2". I can't handle that, thinking about me at 170 right now. So that is crazy. He has the 4-inch reach too. So if he can use that size and length, then maybe he can make it hard for Islam to take him down. Definitely have to be ready for the takedown from a young, fast guy. All right, guys, we got walkouts happening. So we got this first fight coming up. Edson Barboza, Esteban Ribovic, I believe. So stay tuned, guys. We got some fights happening right now. Turn on Paramount and let's watch some fights together. And if you're watching, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Here at Still Up Sports, we try to normalize late night sports talk. One late night sports show at a time. We go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1:30 a.m. Mountain Time usually. And then besides that, we will always hit you with reactions to shows, sports on Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays. So like in the future, when the NFL season starts on Sundays and Mondays, we'll be covering Broncos games, but we'll also be covering the primetime games for that night. Besides that, we will be on Saturdays. Those are going to be like combat sports days or college football days or days we're out at sports, because I'm going to be at 2 UNLV games this year. I'll be at 2 different Broncos games this year. One of them's on a vacation, but luckily that's during the bye week. So part of that vacation I'll be there for the bye week too. Hey, I see 88 people watching, 75 on X, 13 on YouTube. Do me a favor and like, comment, subscribe, guys. We got a cool UFC card right now. Islam Makhachev, Ian Gary, given early, vibes of Connor versus Islam. I mean, versus Khabib. Uh, Connor versus Khabib gives me some of these vibes, except Ian Gary is way taller. 6'2" versus a 5'8" guy. This is going to be real interesting to see how this plays out because the 5'8" guy is a great grappler. 6'2" guy is a great striker. We'll see if Ian's a great grappler too, but I want to see it's different level with Islam's wrestling, of course. And up we have Edson Barboza walking out to the crowd, hugging his kids. Man, he's crying. I think this got to be his final fight. Hold on. The man is crying. All right, guys. I can't tell you if this is Edson Barboza's last fight, but the man's crying on his walkout. So there's something about that. Maybe it's because he just hugged his kids, but there's something about it, man. The man has been fighting for forever. He's one of 12 Brazilian UFC champions ever. Only fighter in UFC history to finish people with kicks to the head, body, and leg. He's finished people with kicks to the head, the body, and the leg. Edson Barboza is a legend. And because he's 40 going into this fight, he just kissed his kids and hugged them on the way out, and he was crying. Yeah. Hey, Ty, I hope you're having a great day, man. Yeah, I'm watching some UFC. I'm always here to talk Broncos, too. Hope you're having a great day, man. That hat, LOL. Yep, I'm rocking the Goonsville. I'm always rocking the Goonsville. See? Bam. But yeah, that was a good preseason game, man. We really put a beating on the Falcons, guys. Offense looked pretty good. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, Edson Barboza just made his walkout, and Edson is 40 going up against like a 30-something-year-old. Let me pull up the thing. I did not have notes prepared for this fight. There it is, Edson, and they pull the stats up. There you go. There we go. Yeah, I saw the first half. Still need to see the second half. Yeah, I'm gonna probably after I'm done with this, and I'm gonna be going back and rewatching more of the preseason. But yeah, there was some good stuff. I talked about some good stuff last night. Me and Jay, we also kind of just went off on Jonah. Some people said, guys, it was only 24 yards, but yeah, he was averaging 6 carries a yard. That's why we're excited. Plus the balance. We saw how he was handling the balance when he was hitting, these players when the contact was happening. We were seeing the vision with the cutbacks. I think me and Jay, yes, it's only 24 yards out of 4 carries from Jonah, but that's 6 yards a carry, and we saw a lot with each carry from speed, vision, balance. Chef's kiss to Jonah Coleman. Yeah, me and Jay, we was a nice little Jonah Coleman fan club meeting last night. Yep, we are still up. We're watching some UFC, guys. Edson Barboza, again, he was making his walkout, and he was looking like he's crying. So I think Edson is probably going to retire after this fight. We'll see. Yeah, drop your comments or questions below, guys. Yeah. Herb Dean, guys. You got Herb Dean as your ref for this fight. Edson is one of the best strikers in the history of the game, guys. And the man is 40 years old. Edson's in orange trunks. Ribovich is in blue trunks. Oh man, Edson is those calf kicks have he's KO'd guys with calf kicks. He's kicked guys so hard and so many times in the calf that they give up. He's kicked them in the head, and Edson's taken some pretty nasty headshots. Come on. Oh yeah, so Edson is not the favorite. He is the underdog. Nice little spinning body kick by Edson. Nice little calf kick. Little slip. Edson with the elbow. Little close grappling now. Little clinching. All right, Ribovich pushing Edson to the cage. You're in a little clinch now. Little stand-up clinch. Edson spun out of it. All right, and now you got these guys back in the center of the cage fighting again. Edson, most of his career has always been the faster fighter, guys. But in this case, you can kind of see it. He is not. And, the 30-year-old is looking a little faster, but Edson is still, precise with these little jabs. Edson knows where to, put these blows. Great body kick. Oh, come on, Edson. Oh, wow, these guys are throwing. Great right hand by Ribovich. Edson does look slightly slower in this matchup, but what can you expect? And there's a 10-year age gap in this fight. Edson's 24-14, and then you got Ribovich 15-3, the young up-and-comer. Edson has the reach by a lot, though. Edson has a huge reach. Huge reach. 75 inches in reach. For a lightweight, man's long. All right, Edson circling, kind of playing defense right now, guys. Oh, Edson just took a nasty knee. We didn't do predictions for this either, guys. We did not do any predictions. We just, oh man, come on, Edson. Edson's really eating some shots. No teep kick, body kick. A hit, kick, and miss. Oh, Edson was getting a little teed up right there by Ribovich. Edson took the center of the cage again. Body kick by Edson. Edson does look a little slower. Ribovich is winning in the significant head strike battle, that's for sure. Edson's taken some shots to the head in this one. And his face is he's already bleeding out that right eye. Not unheard of with Edson, though, but definitely bleeding out of that right eye area. Oh, man. Ribovich really bringing it to Edson. We got 50 seconds left in this first round, guys. We're almost there. Edson might be able to, could maybe use this break. Ribovich smiling in there. He's smiling in there, knowing that he's taking on a legend, and he may be able to put down a legend. One of the best strikers in the game, in Barboza too. For over the last 20 years. Barboza trying to bring it back. I'm going round one, Ribovich, guys. Barboza lost that first round, and he's still bringing the heat up. Barboza tripped a little bit. Hold on. We may have a finish in this final seconds. We got a bell. Saved by the bell. Barboza was saved by the bell. That was very rough. Barboza definitely lost that round. I got so much love and respect for Edson Barboza. One of 12 Brazilian champs, of course. But oh wow, look at that nasty bleed on the ankle, on the foot. The cameraman just moved the fucking official. Sorry, guys, I swore. Since when can a cameraman put his hand on an official and move him out the way? Did you just see that? Because the cameraman was trying to see that nasty, like he saw the nasty cut on the foot, tried to get another look, and then you saw the cameraman's hand. That was the cameraman's hand come on the screen. They're not supposed to do that. He put his hand on the screen, into the screen's view, and moved the official. Oh, you'll have to go back a few seconds if you missed it. But when they're trying to show off the little bleed going on by Edson's right foot, you could see a random hand pop right in front of the screen and move an official. And that's the athletic commission that he just moved an official with. Since when can cameramen do that? That was a little silly. It was during between round 1 and round 2 of the Barboza fight, when they're in their corners, is when it happened. But that was weird. I just saw a random hand pop on screen. I'm like, I've never seen a hand pop on screen before. And he moved the official. I get it. You're trying to get a good shot, bro. Wow. Oh, I'm worried for Edson in the second round. Maybe that the little break might help. Edson's still bleeding from that cut on his right calf ankle area. No, seriously, that was some touch booty stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's some touch booty stuff. Again, have you ever watched any sport, Ty, and see a hand come in from the cameraman and do something on screen that like moves someone? I've seen cameramen have to shuffle through crowds after like big college football games, yada yada, but never like a hand just like moving promiscuously into the screen and doing that. That was weird. Very weird. Again, that's also a state athletic official. That's an enforcement official for that sport who's there to monitor this stuff. Yeah, it's going rough for Barboza. I really feel bad. The man you could tell there's something about this fight from the minute he walked out. It was that hug to his kids, hugs and kiss to his kids, the crying down the ramp. It's done. Herb Dean, finally, Herb Dean. Everyone knows how Herb Dean has been these last few years. If he dies, he dies. Good job on Herb stepping in. Edson didn't need to take any more beating. We saw what was about to happen. Yeah, he should. I hope he does. And I hope it's going to be real beautiful real quick. Oh, man, this is beautiful right here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to mute the mic. All right, I had to mute for that just for a second. Edson getting some love and showing some love, to Ribovich. Oh, nasty elbows. He took a nasty knee once or twice in this fight. Let's see if they'll show any of the knees. Either way, man, there was a speed difference for sure. Edson was the fastest back when this guy, 10, 15 years ago, Edson was one of the fastest. And he has slowed down. That was a beautiful moment, though, them sharing some love out there. Some great sportsmanship. That's what we love. In a sport where you're literally trying to knock each other unconscious, the minute it's over, you can hug each other. And because you guys know what you put into that training camp, from the weight cut to the dieting, to the physical abuse, to the money spent on the camp, to the travel, to everything that it takes to be a combat sports athlete. These guys aren't given the love that they deserve. And both of them understand, that's this thing with this sport. And when you see these guys beat the shit out of each other and then love on each other right after, it's because they both just went through the same thing the last 2-3 months. And a fight camp is a painful thing financially for some fighters, especially when you got a lot of these lower prelims guys. A lot of these guys fighting on the prelims are fighting for 12 and 12, or like 12 and 6 or something. So it's like you get 12K, and then if you win and if you lose, you get 6K. So it's like, and it might cost you for 2-3 months of a camp, and just to get to the fight and everything you spend, guys, it might cost you $1,000 or $2 just to get there. So it's like these guys, no one gives love to what these fighters go through. Uh, just go watch some of the early seasons of Ultimate Fighter and watch the weight cuts. You can still watch it in the newer seasons, and you still see the weight cuts. These are athletes who do. I think that maybe there's something in MMA and in combat sports with fighting at your natural weight versus having to make a cut. Maybe there is, but no matter what, the discussion isn't about that. The discussion is they make these weight cuts so they can put on a fight. They put in all this hard work, all the exercise, all the training. It's not easy. Yep, Edson has the gloves off, guys. I'm gonna have to mute that when that happens. Yeah, so Ribovich has actually been saying just now that Edson is his idol and that he's looked up to him. Edson's crying, guys. He's got the gloves off. It's going to happen. He is retiring. Much love to Edson Barboza, his family. He gets to go be a dad now. He doesn't have to fight, anymore. He can go be a dad. Yeah, guys, Edson's about to retire. It's a real emotional retirement, guys. It's pretty emotional in there. He has a whole standing ovation. The whole crowd started standing up, man. He's getting a whole standing ovation from a whole arena. Congratulations to Edson Barboza. Congratulations on an amazing career to Edson Barboza. He gets to go be a father now, go be a husband. He gets to go live a normal life now. And what I mean by that is, again, he doesn't necessarily have to torture himself with these camps anymore. Every fight camp is legit torture for a fighter leading up to the fight. And then they have to get through the fight, which is the biggest mountain that they have to climb after already struggling for what is months of a training camp. So, it didn't go his way, but he's still retiring, and much love to him. Let's see. You got Matt Hughes hanging out in the crowd. Let's see. Got Chris Chris Weidman up there. Paul Felder up there. Mark Wahlberg's hanging out there. Yahya Abdul-Mateen is hanging out there, the actor. You got a lot of celebs hanging out up there. But much love to Edson Barboza. Cheers to Edson, and we wish him best on retirement. He has some young kids with, I really do wish him best. The man's always going to be in great shape, and I imagine he's still going to stay in good shape. But, we just wish Edson the best. Over 20 plus years of entertaining people, putting his body on the line. And the man was one of the best out there. So, it didn't go his way, but congratulations, Edson Barboza, on an amazing career. Because we can keep going. We can keep going back, guys. Look at this. We're only in 2016 on Edson's career right here. And this was his first and only fight of the year. That's okay. Because you can go back to last year. He fought 3 times. Well, he had one canceled. So he fought twice last year. 2024, he fought once. He look at all these fights, though, that he has stacked up going back these last few years, averaging about 2 fights a year. That's pretty good. And see, he beat Paul Felder back in 2015. So that's crazy right there, guys. The man was fighting everywhere. 14, 13, 12, 11. 2010 is his UFC debut. That means he was still fighting before the UFC. So much love to Edson Barboza. From 2010 to 2026 in the UFC, fighting 2-3 times a year at times, putting his body on the line for us. Congrats to him, man. We truly wish him the best. No matter what, he lost the fight, but he won the night still. He won the night. Cheers to him. Some of these fights, guys, I did not prepare for. So some of these were going in blind because I did not prep for this fight. I was spending the weekend prepping on that Broncos preseason game. But yeah, guys, so great fight, Edson Barboza. This is your next fight right here. There's your tail of the tape. And also here, first, do me a favor. Come subscribe. I see you guys all watching on X. I see you watching on X. Come over to YouTube. Come join us over here on the dark side on YouTube and subscribe. We have cookies. All right, guys. You know what we'll do? We'll hit you with the be right back screen. I'm going to go downstairs real fast. All right. Be right back. We got another fight coming up. If you guys are just joining us, Edson Barboza just announced his retirement from the UFC. Since 2010 to 2026, the man has fought in the UFC 16 years. He had a career in combat sports before that, too. So the man has put in over probably 20 years in combat sports, and he has just announced his retirement. So congrats to Edson Barboza. Much love to Edson Barboza, and we hope and wish him the best in retirement, guys. If you're just joining, please do me the favor, like, comment, subscribe. You see us right here at 138 on YouTube. We do these UFC watch longs all the time, guys. So stay tuned for more to come. We got another fight coming up right now. Here's your fight. Here's your tail to tape for the fight coming up. All right. All right. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So there's your tail of tape for this next fight. I didn't do any notes going into this fight. I think I may have seen Dustin fight once, but I can't guarantee if that's true or not. But yeah, there's your fight, guys. Tail of the tape: 34 versus 28, 6'2" versus 6 foot. Both of them obviously 185 at middleweight, and then Mansour has a 5-inch reach advantage. Man, we'll obviously get back into the Broncos either tonight or tomorrow or whatever, but it was such a great preseason game. That's all I can tell you. I saw a lot of positives, a lot of things to be excited for, very few things to actually really be worried about. Mansour has finished all 9 of his fights, guys. He only has 9 fights. 9 wins, 9 losses. No, 9 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest. But out of those 9 wins, he's finished them all. 7 of them were knockouts. The other 2 were from subs. TKO, so that's pretty nice. Man, if I knew more about sports betting, I'd maybe get into it, guys. But I don't know much about sports betting, and I'm not just going to go gamble my money. Yeah, guys, do me a favor. Check us out on YouTube. We got all kinds of cool stuff, all kinds of playlists, cool stuff coming out. Just stay tuned. And we're on X. Come check us out here on X. doing a UFC 330 watch along. We also did our watch along last night with Jay, as we reacted to the Broncos and the Falcons preseason week 1, matchup. That was fun. That was very fun. Hey, Martin, how you been? I hope you're having a great day today. I've been watching a bunch of these preseason games, and clearly some of these teams are more prepared, but some, like Atlanta, are not what they need to be. No, I think Atlanta is. I saw on paper, Martin. If you take Atlanta, you put them on paper, you can say like, okay, there's something there. But when you saw the product on the field, it's not inspiring. Maybe it's because they're going against the Broncos and not, the Saints or, another team that might have a worse defense or something. But I'm genuinely worried about Falcons fans this year having to watch that product. I think they're going to be pretty upset. I mean, what do you expect? You thought Tua's going to be your QB fix. That's what they thought. It's nothing against Tua, but some would argue that maybe Waddle could have had more opportunity, especially like a year like last year, if he had a more capable or productive QB. But yeah, no, Atlanta is definitely, that was a little disappointing for sure. I don't know if you watch UFC, Martin, but I am doing a UFC watch along right now. We are watching the main card of this UFC fight right now. So the next 3 or 4 fights. And then the one that just happened, Edson Barboza just retired after a 20-year career in combat sports as a striker, a man who's finished someone on the ground, a man who's finished someone with kicks to the legs, to the body, and to the head. He's made guys, he's TKO'd guys with kicks to the legs, calves, body, all that. Yeah, Bijan is clearly what makes that offense works, but their D last night. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I was talking to Jay. I said, there's only one or two fantasy darlings on that team, and it's got to be Bijan. And I mean, that's all I can really think of. I don't see much of this team. I see the Falcons being last in their division. And I thought about it, and I remember when I did Broncos Bros, and we rated each division and what we thought how the divisions would look or whatever. I think I didn't put them last in their division. I put the Saints there. I think that the Saints are going to be third in the division. I think that they're going to be scrappy enough, and I think the Falcons are just going to collapse. It's not an Arthur Blank problem with this ownership. It's just the fact that they've never been and maybe it is, but I just think that with the Falcons, they've never been aggressive. You need to go out and be aggressive and make moves. I want to see aggressiveness and making moves. Hi, who wants to hang out? We got kitty cats over here, guys. Maybe we'll get a kitty cat over here. We're not going to bring the mic to the cats this time because that's how we lost our computer screen. So Abdul Malik versus Stoltzfus. I don't want to pronounce that last name. We'll just call him Dustin by his first name. But yeah, guys, go check us out on all these platforms. If you're watching, I see multiple people watching. Go ahead and check us out on all these platforms. These two are swinging. This is a real brawl of a fight right now. These guys are going. We got a kitty cat on our lap, guys. You see him? And we're just going to put him up there. Into your tree you go, because we know you like to be on screen when we stream. Here we go. We'll pull him up right there. Hi, buddy. Hi. That's my son. Well, we don't have a monitor here to actually knock over now, so technically he's good. But that's as far as we're going to go with that. We're not going to go any further with that because we learned our lesson with our broken screen. We learned our lesson. But he can hang out. He likes to hang out, and he's going to hang out there with us. He likes to sit here on screen and chill with us. Yep. Yeah, Yeah, guys, I may love the Broncos, but if there's something else I can go on, and I think I have some pretty good ball knowledge on it's and there's no ball involved, so I call it glove knowledge. I think I have some pretty good glove knowledge when it comes to uh, UFC and especially like UFC lore to an extent with my like watching all those seasons of Tough as a kid. I grew up watching Bully Beatdown, grew up watching, a lot of these guys. Something I'll say about the NFL and the UFC, and I think it's a fun discussion, is that with the NFL, some of these offensive and defensive linemen, uh, some of these offensive and defensive linemen, I think that they would make amazing heavyweight fighters if they weren't being pulled away. Same with NBA players. Some of these humongous guys would make amazing athletes, combat sports athletes. Like imagine Shaq if he chose to shave like 100, 200 pounds and then just get jacked and train jujitsu and combat sports. Stop. It's okay. You're fine. You're okay. One second, guys. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, we're streaming and cooking food. And we went downstairs, and this was a stand up fight. And we come back up, and Dustin is in full mount and now taking the back. And the round ends. That's going to be good for Dustin as he tries to win this round. Look, we got a cat. He just turned his back on you guys. That's all. He turned his back on you guys. This is why he's not a good co host. If he was a good co host, he wouldn't do that stuff to you guys. This is a good fight. It's a scrappy fight. I'm glad I didn't do notes because to me, I just see two guys that are just throwing hands. How many Bud Light commercials is Bruce Buffer in? That's my question to the UFC. Man, Dustin had a hell of a slam. That's what I missed when I went downstairs. It was a hell of a slam. Great slam. No, what I was trying to say though is I think that there's a lot of uh, combat sports athletes that are lost in what is the NFL. There's so many guys that don't make the NFL, don't make the NBA, and they should immediately, I think, just go straight into combat sports because they're so athletic. There's so many guys that who play offensive tackle and don't make a team in the NFL or even in the CFL, but they're so freaking athletic they could maybe make good or even great fighters if they were to lock in, just immediately start training that or keep training that stuff. We've seen some college wrestlers make the transition into the NFL as offensive linemen and D linemen, even as linebackers too, or tight ends. But I think that we've seen college wrestlers make the transition as well, and it's just an athletic thing. I think that there's something about it. Oh wow, Dustin's really getting pieced up, so Dustin shoots again. And so, guys, I'm pretty pumped for this main card and for this main event and stuff too. Another Slam by Dustin. Dustin was able to, I think that was a slam or, well, these two are just grappling now. They're on the ground. They're grappling. Like Jalen Turner, that's a great fight. Mackenzie Dern, great champion. Can she keep her belt? Islam versus Ian Machado Gary, that's like Connor versus Khabib type familiar. All right, guys, I'm going to go check on my food real quick. I'll be right back. Man, the things we miss. Dustin now has the back and is choking him, and it's about to be over. It's about to be over. He's got the choke in. He's got the choke in, and he taps. Tap. Dustin gets the win by submission. Good for him. The man was taking some vicious shots earlier. Good for him. So your next tail of the tape, guys, is right here. Jalen Turner. Kai Fernandez, I think. This is why I'm glad I did zero tape on this, because I can just adjust, come into this like I'm a fan. It's a good fight, though. Ooh, it was great jabs, two great jabs, and then a right, another jab, another right. Some great ground and pound. And then he takes the back and chokes him. Great move. Good win. Great win by Dustin. All right, guys, let me go check on my food. I'll be right back. We'll give it a few minutes. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we're back. Let's just close that. There we are. We're back. That was a great fight. Great point tie. Both Pennsylvania fighters win in upsets in Philly tonight. Let's go. We're in for a good fight right now, too. There's been some great fights all around year round, too, so far. I've been enjoying all these cards, guys. If you're watching right now, if you're joining for the first time on this stream, do me the favor, go check us out on YouTube and subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. We answer all these questions and comments that you guys drop, and we get to them no matter what. Besides that, we're on X, we're on Instagram, and we're on TikTok. So check us out there too. You always see us rocking the Goonsville. You see me right here in the Goonsville. Always rocking Goonsville, guys. Go check out Goonsville. Go support Goonsville. Goonsville's awesome. They make some of the cleanest clothing in the game. Great catalog right here. Go check it out. Love this hoodie. One of my favorite hoodies ever. Go check out Goonsville, guys. That's all I can tell you. Get in on Goonsville before it's a worldwide name brand in every household. So just get in on Goonsville early. And Joshua Van versus Alexander Pantoja, that's going to be a great fight when that comes up. I honestly forgot that Joshua Van became the flyweight champion. I haven't paid attention to the flyweight division. That's crazy. All right, they're previewing that, guys. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. But I am going to eat right here. So I'm going to mute the mic. I'm going to be chilling right here. I'm muting the mic. I don't do ASMR eating videos, guys. You don't get to hear me eat. I'm sorry. That's not in my wheelhouse. Maybe you can find that on another weird site or app, guys, but not here. So I'm going to mute this mic and I'm going to eat real quick while we watch this whole little video as they tease, these next few fights coming up these next few months. Because there's a lot of big fights coming up, guys. So stay tuned for all these big fights because we're going to do watch-alongs to most of them as well. We try to do watch-alongs to all this stuff. Something to say about this fight, guys, is I used to be very big on Jalen Turner. The man had a pretty big, rise and, jolt into the UFC. But he's kind of had, a coming back down to earth in some of his last few fights, I believe. Let me double check. We'll double check together. Okay, so he won his last one against Edson. So he won his last fight against Edson Barboza. Lost to Ignacio. Let's go back to 2024. He lost to Moicano. So, yeah, you can see, there's been some of these, where, he beat Bobby Green. He did beat Bobby Green, but then he lost to Dan Hooker. He lost to Gamrot. So he's had to come down to reality because we go back to where his career began in 2018. That was a loss to Vicente Luque in his, debut. So what do you expect with a loss to Vicente Luque? In 2018, Luque was one of the best as a title contender. So now, guys, you got guys like Jalen Turner, beating, Kalen Potter, Jalen Turner losing to Matt Frivola. So either way, he's had an up and down, win-lose type thing. There's been a moment where he's gone on a run, right here, against Joshua, right here against, against Brock Weaver. Let's see, he's gotten the win right there. So he had a little run where he was starting to stack some wins. You see right there and there, against Jamie Malarkey, against Brad Riddell. He was stacking wins, but then he's gone kind of sputtered off. And I mean, he started in a little sputtery and then sputtered off again. There's not been that type of consistency that you'd want. But he's looking to come back in, with a win off of Edson Barboza to keep turn this into a two-win streak. So we'll see if he does. His career's been like showing that he does this and falls into this path. We'll see if Jalen Turner can do it. So let's go back, and that's your tail of the tape, guys. We're still on a commercial break, guys. We're waiting for the fight to begin. So we're on a commercial break. So we're just going to sit here, taking the tail of the tape. We'll explore this guy real quick because I don't know much about his career, and that explains it because it's a 4-year career. Uh, he's lost a few of these fights, so he came from outside. One. Okay, so he's got a three fight win streak right now. All right. It's good to learn about a fighter you don't know nothing about. But see, there's very little on him. Not much of a profile popping up, other than if you go to maybe UFC stats. But let's go back because this fight's going to begin soon. I will say I love that I went into this UFC card, guys, without taking any notes because I only knew about like a handful of these fighters. So some of these fights have just been refreshing to take in as I'm having to learn about a few of the names and guys themselves, like Fernandez right here, who we were just talking about. Very little about him, but he trains with Jose Aldo and he trains with one of the best camps in Brazil. Who would have thought? So it shows you the more you learn. Thank you, Joe Rogan, for telling us. Yep. Comments, questions, guys. Let me know. Drop your comments, questions below. It doesn't have to be about UFC. If you want to talk Broncos, drop it. You want to talk whatever. This is still sports. We talk whatever sports. Drop a comment or question, and we answer, and we respond, and we talk about that sport, whatever you want to talk about. Yeah, we're waiting for Jalen Turner to make the walkout. Fernandez already just walked out. Turner's walking out right now. So, guys, I was talking about this with this is a lightweight fight, but the welterweight main event, similar heights between the two fighters. So, if you look at this fight right now between Fernandez and Turner, Turner is 6'2", and you got Fernandez at 5'8", very similar to what you're going to see in this main event. The champion is 5'8", and then you got Ian Gary who's 6'2". So if you want an idea on how the height may look, uh, just 2 fights away, think about that, guys. All right, guys. So our man Brucey B, Bruce Buffer, that's Brucey B over here, guys. Not Bruce Brown. Brucey B, Bruce Buffer. He's doing the intros right now, guys. You'll see something similar with this height difference, except both the guys at welterweight will be a little heavier. That's all. So this fight's at lightweight, guys, which is at 155. At 170 is where welterweight is, and of course these guys, that's when they weigh in the day before the fight. After they weigh in, they can start eating. They can start trying to put on some weight. Some fighters are known to weigh in at 155, and come the following day when they step into the ring, they're already pushing 170 themselves. So they're already pushing welterweight weight in there, and that's a good thing still because of these weight cuts. You don't want a guy that's drained and dehydrated and exhausted. That's why after making weight on the scale, what's big next is that you actually start hydrating, you start eating, you start putting on that weight and start putting in that energy, getting some great rest and relaxing. All right, guys, fight's about to start. Again, if you want to compare this main event to this, I will say, think about it as the fact that Ian Gary is the same height as Jamal. I mean, as Jalen Turner. I almost said Jamal Hill because Jamal Hill is like 6'1", 6'2". And Fernandez is the same height as Islam. So there's a little bit of a height difference in there. I think Ian Gary uses the body better, his length and height, a little better than probably Jalen Turner does, but this is a good reference point in terms of just like what the size looks like. Oh, Jalen Turner, done. 39 seconds. Jalen Turner, done. That's wild. That was a crazy fast KO by Jalen Turner. Well, guys, on to the co-main. I hope Mackenzie Dern's ready and Jillian Roberts is ready. Can they just walk out right now? Because that was 39 seconds, and we're already, waiting for the next fight. Jeez, guys, it's a great fight. Great fight. Congrats to Jalen Turner. That's the thing with Jalen Turner, guys, is he has some really, really big highs, and you're going to see the change over here when it pops that up. My thing is with Jalen Turner, guys, is he has some really big highs, and he will like go on little win streaks, but then he has some moments where he just loses fights that he could have won. Sometimes he gets in his own way, and it's so beautiful. The man handled him so fast. He's a true striker. He blocked the kick, blocked the spinning elbow and just started piecing the man up and KO'd him. Jalen Turner, congrats. I will stop calling you Jamal Hill. I am sorry. It's just I can't help that you look just like Jamal Hill. But yes, Jalen, and you're similar heights too. But no, congrats to Jalen Turner. Congrats, man. That was a great win. Great finish. 39 seconds, bro. And this is the great thing when it comes to combat sports. If you can get that early finish, yes, you just put all that work into this fight camp and all this effort into this fight camp, guys. But when you can get that quick early finish, you get paid and you're going on vacation. You got time, unless you're going to jump, or it gives you two opportunities. You can either just immediately take a quick little break, or you can immediately just jump right into another fight because you barely took a beating. Chances are he'll get cleared by the athletic commission because he didn't take much. He didn't take any shots to the head, no nothing. Usually when you get knocked out, you actually get told by the athletic commission guys that you can't fight for a certain period of time, whether it's 1, 2, 3 months, and the doctor has to clear you sometimes before you actually fight. Man, that was a crazy fight, guys. Crazy fight, went over real fast. I don't know what to tell you guys. Jalen Turner pieced him up so fast. And this is a guy who's been training with Jose Aldo, who has a great win streak. Crazy, guys. Crazy. Wow. It was a great win. To refresh. There we go. Yeah, it's fights being winners being announced right now, but Jalen Turner by TKO, 39 seconds. Incredible. Fast hands. Faster than fucking lightning. And yes, it's a UFC fight. We're going to swear a little bit on this one, guys. Here you get spicy Cody because it's a UFC fight. Man, they got that Monster Energy, red, white, and blue Raz. I don't even drink Monsters anymore, but I almost want to just to try that flavor. Because I'm a sucker for a fruity flavored energy drink, guys. You get me a fruity energy drink, and I will drink it. Wow, great fight, Jalen Turner. Oh, he's made his name known for sure. Great fight. Way to stack another win, bro. Stack these wins and keep stacking them. Because if he keeps doing that, Jalen Turner is going to be unstoppable, guys. That's a crazy win right there. Most knockouts in the active lightweight division, he is in top 5. That is crazy. And again, he may have put all this work into this fight camp. Bro just got into the fight and out of it within 40 seconds. He took very little damage. That's the best part. When it comes to combat sports, the best part, not just from the personal side with the families and the human being side of it, but no matter what, it's if you can get in, deliver a quick amount of damage fast and get out of the fight and have it over fast. Because by doing that, you limit the damage on yourself and the more, and you can extend your career that way by actually finishing fights quick. There's been a lot of fighters, whether it's boxing or in combat sports or in like MMA and stuff like that. If you finish a fight early and you get known for finishing fights early, it actually can really help you and extend your career. Gilbert Burns is out there. Let's see. We got all kinds of fighters there. Oh man. Raul Rosa is there. You got some fights coming up, some big fights, big fighters out there, guys. Diego Lopez is there. Of course, Diego Lopez is there. Oh, you got Joe Pfeiffer. You got Joe Pfeiffer there. Man, it's been a great year for combat sports, guys. But yeah, you can extend your fighting career just by finishing fights quick and early. And that's a big thing there. That I'm actually very happy for Jalen getting another quick, finish because it gives him more time either to go back to the lab or just take some rest or jump right into another fight and keep going. He stacked a win with little effort, minus what the work put into the camp, of course. All right, guys, we got Mackenzie Dern working out, UFC champion. One of my personal favorites in the women's divisions is Mackenzie Dern. She's great. Jillian Roberts warming up right now. I think Coach Dean Thomas. I think Dean Thomas has been her coach for a while. She's been stacking wins. Wow. I didn't know she's been stacking them that many. She's got 5 wins in a row. I remember, I think before that, she had a loss after that. She's fought in a championship fight, Jillian Roberts. She's fought the Savage, Jillian Roberts. She's fought in a championship fight in the last few years, but she has a 5-0 win streak in her last 5 fights. So she's been stacking wins. I think that's got to be sent. We're going to check that right now. We'll check this right now as the tail of the tape, guys. We don't even need the tail of the tape for the Jalen Turner anymore. That went quick. All right. So there's your tail of the tape, Mackenzie Dern, Jillian Robertson. I may be a very big Mackenzie Dern fan, but gotta respect what Roberts has been doing. Let's see. She won by decision because they said that she's on a 5-win streak. She won that one. Let's see. One against Maria Rodriguez. One against against the Karate Hottie. Wow, she's been stacking these wins. Let's see. Hold on. Tabitha Ritchie. Wow. So her last fight was against Tabitha Ritchie, but I could have swore, was it 2022? I just feel like she's fought for a championship recently. Am I wrong? I must be wrong, unless I'm tripping. Maybe I got her mixed up with a different fighter. Macy Barber, Molly McCain. She's been with the UFC since 2017. That's actually impressive. Let's see, one. Wow, okay. Oh, yeah, that was Emmett Taporia. That was when Taporia destroyed Emmett. Wow, okay. Sorry about that. Someone's being a little obnoxious and coughing. I love Jillian. Been following her since her UFC debut. I was just curious because I thought that she's fought someone for a championship recently, but I guess not. And I thought she had fought for the belt in the last 2 years, but I'm wrong. Either way, no, she's been coached up by Dean Thomas. Great coach, great commentator. It's going to be a great fight. I'm a big Mackenzie Dern fan because similar to Roberts, and look at this, they have almost similar records. Dern may have like a slightly cleaner record, but there's adversity to get that far, to get 20 plus fights into an MMA career. There's going to be adversity and there's going to be losses. And I think that Dern is actually similar to Roberts in a lot of ways, minus I think Dern is just the better grappler, and she's one of the best grapplers the women have. Let's see. I know she switched to strawweight a couple of years ago. She was at flyweight for a long time. I got her mixed up with a different fighter then. There's another one who fights with bright red hair that I must be mixing up with that lost a title fight these last few years ago. The name is slipping me, but it's got to be another female that fights with like that bright, dyed red hair. But I no matter what, I do think that Robertson and Dern have similar career paths, actually. Because let's go to Dern now, because we just looked at Robertson. Let's see, Dern has gone on a tear. She's been winning her fights these last. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so she's on a 3-fight win streak, but she's also currently the champ. And oh man, I forgot about Wei Li. Wei Li is right there at number one in the rankings. Tatiana Suarez. That's okay. But Dern's at times has taken some losses. I remember her fight with Angela Hill. I remember that. Angela Overkill Hill. See, I know these fighters and their names too. Yeah, so she's had, I think, a similar career in terms of like there's been ups and downs. There's been some losses. There's been some streaks too, some solid win streaks. Wow, Covington Woodley. Now we're getting back. If we're going back to 2020, I forgot the Covington Woodley fight where Woodley got the shit beat out of him by Covington. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. But yeah, no, I just think that they have sort of similar career paths. They're different fighters, but I think the adversities that both of them have had, the adversity both have had to face is similar with trying to get to where they are. Again, and again, the reach is exactly the same. The height is only off by an inch. Age is off by 2 years. These two girls, I mean, these two women are, they're fighting. They're very similar in a lot of ways. I want to see. No, again, if you ask me how I'm picking this fight, I would probably lean Dern by submission. I think that's probably what most bettors would probably be placing or leaning towards, is expecting is a Dern submission. But Robertson, she's got some nasty ground and pound in her. If she can take top position on the ground, she's a solid striker. Dean Thomas has been coaching her up really well. She's been getting better and better these last few years. Again, 5-win streak. She's been stacking those wins, which means she's either due for this belt or she's due to have that win streak broken. So this is why it's a great matchup. And you got Dern, who now I think Dern is a savage on the ground. And this is why it's going to be a fun matchup to see these two go at it. And what I'm looking for in this matchup is I'm looking for Robertson's takedown defense versus Dern. Some fighters, it doesn't matter how they are on the ground. If their takedown defense keeps them from ending up on the ground. And that's where you get like those cage clinching opportunities where you see the fighters try to drag these guys or gals down. If you win those cage clinching situations where they don't take you down and you can shove them off and you can spin back around and get back into the fight. It's going to be a great fight, guys. Oh, I'm not even wearing my UFC shirt. We'll go put our UFC shirt on, guys. These ladies are going to make their walkouts. We're going to put on our UFC shirt, okay? All right, we got the UFC Noches shirt going back to Valentina. The fight that ended on a draw and had people pissed. I was there when it happened. My only UFC fight I've ever been to. I like to watch these fighters as they do their walkouts, guys, whether they're smiling, whether they're serious, what they're up to. Like Edson, his was a clear tell that he was going to retire. He's hugging his kids as he, like his kids met him at the beginning of the walkout. Usually the families are down at the end or at the beginning, where closer towards where they start to take their stuff off and get ready and get looked at by the medical trainer before they hop into the cage. Instead, Edson's family met him at the beginning of the tunnel, right at the beginning of the walkout, and Edson's hugging them and kissing them and crying. So that was kind of a tell. Robertson looks locked in. I think I saw a little smile out of her when she first came out the tunnel, and then locked right in. I think she knows the opportunity ahead of her, and yeah, she needs takedowns, and she needs so. DC has it right. Daniel Cormier has his keys to victory listed as secure takedowns, damage from the top. That's exactly what I'm thinking because, and what he means probably by the damage on top is because of the fact that you have Mackenzie Dern, who's really good down on the ground with grappling. So if you can get on top of Dern, you can lay some boom, and that's something that Dern has not been in. Dern has never had someone get on top of her while grappling and lay some ground and pound on her. And that is a great way for Robertson to get in there. Besides just, I want to see the pop on some of these punches too from both of them. Because I think to set up, the opportunity to get on top of Dern and throw these shots, you got to really hit her a little bit. Got to really bring it to her. I'm excited for this matchup, guys. These are some great fighters, some great women that are really set the standard for what it means in this game. Let's restart there. All right, Mackenzie Dern, here she comes. And guys, if you're not watching, turn on Paramount. Enjoy some high-level female UFC combat right now because I expect this to be a solid fight between these two. These are some great women, and they know how to fight. And then besides that, we're in for a great main event. So if you're interested in seeing what I'm talking to and reacting to, turn on some UFC, and maybe you'll get to see some cool fights real quick. I'm a big Mackenzie Dern fan because of the grappling abilities. And so while Daniel Cormier was talking about his keys for Jillian Roberts, with ground and pound and getting on top at position and stuff, they literally show Dern's stats as like most submissions by a female in in the UFC. So she is a submission artist. So yes, you want to lay some ground and pound on top of her from the ground, but she's never had anyone top of her like ground and pound her because when you try to go to the ground with her, she's so sneaky. She's gonna sneak a choke in or sub in on you. She's that good. So you're gonna see a real interesting fight between these ladies. I'm excited for it. And another key, she has gotten very good, and like her stand up or her striking has grown exponentially. When people talk about in combat sports, striker grappler, usually people start out as one or the other. She's grown into a good striker. She's grown into a good striker. And part of me, because of how Robertson fights and how kind of aggressive Dern has gotten as a striker, don't be surprised if you see some hands going real early. That's what we want. Robertson's smiling. She's smiling, staring at Dern. She's just staring at Dern right now and smiling at her. Talk about aura. Dern's ready, locked in. She's ready to go. These two girls don't want to wait for Bruce Buffer to introduce them. They're just ready to go. You can see it in their eyes. I think these two are going to throw some hands right now, guys. Tail of the tape's up there. Robertson is your underdog. I still have Dern by submission, and I'm a big Mackenzie Dern fan, especially because to see her get this belt pretty recently too. She worked her way up to this belt. Robertson has been on a similar path to try to earn a belt like this. We'll see if she can do it. We'll see how this goes for both these ladies. Robertson, it looks like a statue, stone cold statue, leaning against the cage. Robertson looks comfortable. She looks excited to be there. Whatever happens, happens. Either way, she looks very comfortable and excited to be right there in this situation, guys. Dern looks serious. As the champion, she looks serious trying to keep her belt. Whereas Robertson's just excited to be there. And you could tell she's been looking stone cold. Dern is serious. She's definitely looking a little serious. But, a little laid back now. Anyone gets a little laid back when you can look Bruce Buffer in the eyes and he can announce your name. All right. Both ladies touch gloves. They're both ready to go. Dern looks ready to go. Robertson looks locked in. All right. Here we go, guys. All right. Dern's already coming out. Jab, jab. Dern is very aggressive, already coming in. Already making the first few approaches. Kick. And see, Dern is the betting favorite by 65% on Polymarket. Good for Polymarket, I guess. Robertson goes for a takedown. It's stuffed by Dern, and Dern is got her in a little bit of like a lock and is kneeing her. This is my thing with Dern, is getting her to the ground is not that easy, and then winning on the ground with her isn't easy either. And she continues to get better as a striker. So we'll see how this goes, because Dern's become an aggressive striker. All right. Out of the clinch, back is in the center of the cage. They're throwing now. See, Dern's coming in here with those real fast 1-2, 1-2s. Dern's looking really quick. Slow shot by Robertson trying to go for the takedown. Super slow shot. Dern saw it coming a mile away. It was too telegraphed. Robertson can't telegraph those takedowns with Dern. Dern will see him coming. You need to try to hide those takedowns with your strikes. Dern just connected with a left right on Robertson's chin. That was pretty impressive. Dern going with the calf kick. Robertson going with a teep. Robertson's out there swinging. Dern's the faster striker. I will say that. Dern has become the faster striker, but that's because she's changed her game this last year. She's always been a great on the ground grappler, but she's changed her game when it comes to her striking. She's gotten more aggressive and much more fast with her striking. It's super impressive, the kind of work that Mackenzie Dern has done from the bottom as just like this top grappler to now like she's a top grappler who wants to throw hands with you, which is scary. That's the whole Gable Stevenson thing I've talked about before with Gable Stevenson at heavyweight. All right, Mackenzie Dern. Trying to throw in some sneaky elbows, throwing some body shots. She's, again, very aggressive right out the gate, really fast. Takedown. All right, Mackenzie Dern gets the takedown. on top of Roberts right now. Roberts trying to deliver an elbow from the bottom. Dern's really using that leverage, that top leverage. Robertson trying to hold on to Dern's hand. Dern just starts throwing some punches. Dern has to watch out for those up kicks, and Dern's now falling on top of her. Dern is now in the top position, half guard, kind of a half guard position, not all the way in the top. She hasn't passed the guard. She's almost there. She's almost past the guard. Dern's trying to get into full guard. Robertson's doing a good job at trapping Dern's right leg. She's trapping Dern's right leg so Dern can't move up onto full position. And when Dern does try to make that position, she does those little kicks and she tries to get her off. But now you got Dern aiming for like a Kimura or something. But she's trying. Robertson's really locking in that leg. And okay, Dern spins out. Okay, for a second. Robertson has this weird thing where she's trying to lock in Dern's leg, and it was working for a while. But Dern's now getting more of a top position. She's still squeezing out, but Robertson still has Dern's leg, even though Dern's more in the more dominant top position. Okay, Dern's took in the back. She's took in the back, and she's trying to get the body lock in. So she's taken Robertson's back. Robertson only has 35 seconds till this round ends, so she has a chance to get out of this. She needs to survive another 30 seconds. 30 seconds as of now. So 29 seconds, guys. Can she keep going? And can she get saved by the bell? Because Dern's one of the best submission artists in the game. She's already flattened Robertson out a little bit. She's taking the back more. Robertson's struggling. And all right, Dern's got the back and the neck. She's No, she's not tapping. She's got her. She's got Robertson. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. She's choking her hard. Can she hold out for 3 more seconds? She's still thumbs up. She's giving thumbs up. Wow. Robertson saved by the bell. That shows you how aggressive Mackenzie Dern can be when she takes her back. Why getting on the ground with her is dangerous. And sometimes the only way you can win with someone like that is put them in positions they've never been in, which is you got to take the top position on the ground and deliver some of that vicious ground and pound you're known for. If you're Robertson is both of them have gone to their corners. This is that the intermission between round 2. Round 1 to me is Mackenzie Dern's even before the takedown, just because of the aggressiveness and the strikes that was being landed. Robertson needs to really needs to evaluate and step up in this next round. You can't give your backup to Dern like that because she'll take it so easy. And she got in there and really was getting a good choke in, but Robertson looked like she was doing fine. She was awake. She was giving the thumbs up. She was doing good. All right. It's been a good round 1 so far. We're going on the round 2, guys. Let me pull this up. Here I am, guys. All right, both girls centering into the center of the cage. Dern is, tied for the most submissions and attempts for UFC women in strawweight history, guys. And she's already taken. Dern's already taken Roberts down again. Robertson's on her back. You got Dern delivering some blows from the top. Robertson has had not like a hard guard for Dern in the past, but it's been a tricky type guard for Mackenzie Dern to get past, because Robertson has done this thing which she traps Mackenzie's leg and it stops Mackenzie's advance onto passing the guard. So it's been a little difficult for Mackenzie to pass guard and get into and what I'm talking about with guard, guys, is getting your full body onto their past their hips onto their body when you take them. Like right now, Dern's in some sort of a position of control right now. and she's going for the back. She just jumped and she's taken the back already. She's going to flatten where she's going to use these legs. She's going to try to get her legs underneath Robertson's stomach and underneath her legs and hips. And she's going to try to flatten Robertson out right here. Look for it. She's going to flatten her out. She's doing it right now. She's trying to flatten her out. And once she flattens her out, it makes it even harder for Robertson to get out because Dern's trying to squeeze in that full body lock on the waist. And once she takes the back even better and she can flatten her out, she'll take the full body lock. But she's still riding the back. She's still got Dern's back. Dern's still riding the back. There's not much Robertson can do. Robertson needs to try to get out of this. But Dern's so talented. I don't know if there's many opportunities. And Dern's got another, just locked in a sub. Dern's just locked something in. I don't know what this kind of is, but she's locked something in. Robertson managed to switch up on top. Robertson is now on top. That's what she wants. This is something Mackenzie Dern has not had often in her career, is had a woman climb on top and actually start, delivering, punishing blows from up top. But you got to be careful with still trying to grapple with Dern because she will go for these subs and she'll come for you. What I would have loved to see Robertson do with that little bit of top position is I would have loved to see her deliver some elbows and some shots. And see, at this point, it doesn't necessarily. Dern's doing something. I think she's trying to take Robertson's leg. I don't know if we're in for some kind of like heel hooks or stuff. I think we're seeing some grappling now. I don't know if she's aiming for like a heel hook or something. Yeah, Mackenzie's doing. She's still in top position, so it's not going to hurt Mackenzie when it comes to the scorecard. All this right now, and she's trying to free her leg. She's trying to free her leg from Robertson. Robertson has her leg. All right, we got like 35 seconds left in round two. We're seeing some tricky grappling from both women. Dern's been dominant most of the time with more control time, but honestly, Robertson has been good enough to at least make this difficult, or at least a little. She's making Mackenzie earn this for sure. And now you got Mackenzie climbing up on top again, and another round. That's 2 rounds finished with Mackenzie Dern on top on the ground. That is not boding well for Robertson. If she lets Dern stack another one of these rounds, she's going to need a finish, or Dern's going to get the win no matter what. Because in my opinion, we're out of this 5-round fight. We're 2 rounds in. Dern has won both the rounds. Because both rounds she's been controlling and being on top more when it comes to this grappling, and she's had more control. I would love to hear what they're saying. Yeah, so you got Jillian's coaches calling for her, get on her feet. You can't do nothing when she's in control. I'm wondering if we're going to see Mackenzie Dern immediately take this back to the ground, or if she's going to stand and strike right here. I wonder if what Dern's approach is to this. Oh, Dern is really snapping these shots out, these jabs, these 1-2s. She's really snapping these shots out. Dern's definitely the faster striker of the two. And this is what I'm saying about Dern and how she's become a champion is through her great grappling as her base, and then she's continued to grow and grow as a striker, getting faster and more aggressive. Robertson stopped the takedown there real quick, so good for her there. All right, you're in the clinch on the cage right now with Dern pressing on Robertson right now, guys. Give me a second, guys. All right, guys. Halfway through round 3. Still a stand-up round right now. I'm waiting to see at what point during this round you see the takedown attempt by either one of these ladies right now. Dern is, oh wow, she is feeling herself now. In terms of like that striking, she was doing good. She was really looking like she's feeling herself. She's catching a few though herself, but she's really looking like she's cruising for a second. The way she was avoiding some of those shots, she was kind of cruising. She's still eating plenty. She's still eating plenty shots for sure. And Robertson's really being aggressive now, trying to get into this now. All right, 1 minute, 30 seconds left on this third round. No takedowns yet on this third round. And reminder, guys, after this, we got one more big fight, which is going to be Ian Machado Gary versus Islam Makhachev. Robertson with a good calf kick. Dern with a little blitz. Dern with the takedown. Dern with another takedown. Another successful takedown by Dern. Dern's in top position. Less than 50 seconds to go. If I think if Dern ends this round in top position for a third round in a row, when you keep ending these rounds on top, it's just going to be like, well, you're the one that keeps controlling this. You're the one that's dictating this fight. You're going to get the win. And we're already almost at 30 seconds left, and she's of this third round, and she's still in top position. I don't know if she has to do much out of it. Oh man, she's really trying to lay some big shots on Robertson for sure. Robertson using those legs to try to distance herself from Dern, but Dern keeps taking. Dern's going to end this round almost on her back again, almost on Robertson's back again. So right here, you're going into a third round right now, where I'm going to say Dern has won round 3 now. So the only way Robertson's winning this fight is if she can get the finish, because I think that it's been too close. It's been too hard. See, there was a period where I think right here they're showing some of these replays. Dern was really feeling herself in the pocket for a second when it comes to striking. She was still eating shots at times when she's being aggressive, but there was a moment where she was feeling herself and she was actually bobbing and weaving, avoiding these shots. A very big round for Mackenzie Dern. She needs to keep this up and don't put herself into a vulnerable situation. She needs to keep this up. Robertson's going to have to get desperate for a takedown or a finish because I think she's lost the first 3 rounds. Ending each round on her, with Dern on top of you, that's not a good way to try to win a 5-round fight by decision. If you want to win a 5-round fight by decision, you don't do it with with someone on top of you at the end of each round. So keep an eye out on that, guys. Mackenzie Dern with another takedown. Now with almost 4 minutes left in the round, 4 minutes 30 seconds left in the round, and Dern is already taking the back. She's already taken the back. This might be the round we might see something happen because of the fact that Dern has so much time to work with. Over 4 minutes, and you've already almost taken the back. She has plenty of time, and she's working the body lock almost. She almost has she's got the body lock. Body lock is in. Jillian's definitely in trouble now because you got Mackenzie Dern in a full body lock, in body control on the back. Robertson is in a bad position now. She needs to defend this takedown, however she thinks she can, but she's putting herself in a bad position. She's in a body lock, so she's got to fight out of the body lock. It's going to be hard to do that. Dern's going to keep chasing and fighting the neck. Dern's slowly getting an arm underneath that neck. Again, when someone's trying to get you in a sub and slide an arm underneath your neck from behind like that, or in general, you want to get your head down. But because of how she's being stretched out like this by Dern, it's hard to get your head down like that. So you see her fighting off it and trying to fight, an arm getting underneath her chin. But Dern has 3 minutes to work with still. As she keeps getting further and further into this sub and into this position, we need to see how this goes for the rest of this 3 minutes. Robertson's trying to stay cool. You can see she's trying to stay cool, but Mackenzie Dern, that body lock with her legs, it's hard to get out of. It makes this much more difficult, and she's just there for Dern to control right now. Dern is controlling her, and now Dern is delivering some shots. And you would hope with those shots you can gain some complicity, or at least be able to manipulate, your opponent that you have in that body lock. You hope with some of those shots, it can give you the chance to squeeze an arm in underneath that neck or something. Because that's what Roberts is going to keep fighting, is defending, the neck and the hands. This has been a great fight. A very good fight. Oh, and you can see Dern really trying to work for the sub, and she's still got a minute and a half to keep working for this. Almost a minute and a half to keep working for the submission. Hey guys, if you're just joining, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to Still Up Sports. We do watch-alongs, of course, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1:30 a.m. Mountain Time. But besides that, we do watch-alongs on the weekends for all sports. And in this moment's case, we're doing UFC 330 right now. So do me a favor, come check us out, come subscribe. We're on all these platforms. And so let's get back to this tail of the tape, and we'll keep seeing how this fight goes because it's been very aggressive. Robertson does kind of have the top position, but Dern's just fighting for another sub. So it doesn't, I don't know how much this matters because of the amount of control time she still had in this round. It's not like, I don't know if Robertson's going to win the fight by decision anymore. She needs to get a finish. Robertson needs a finish probably to get a real win. All right, 12 seconds left. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, going to round 5. Round 5, guys. Yeah, Robertson needs a big round 5 here. She needs a finish. That's the only way she's getting this win is if she gets a finish. So Robertson, if you have anything, you gotta give it all, because Dern has you beat by 3, maybe 4 rounds if it hits decision. So if you're Robertson, you need something. Body kick by Dern. Yeah, just a clinch, just a little clinch on the side of the cage right now. Robertson does get Dern down. She just got Dern down. That's big for her. We'll see if she can do something out of this. She's got 3 minutes and 40 seconds. She needs to make something happen out of this in terms of a finish. So Jillian does have top position, but there's not much that's coming out of it still. She needs a finish. Based off of how these rounds have gone, she needs a finish, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have to see how this goes. But if this keeps going, I'm gonna have to say that Dern's gonna squeeze out a win. But Dern needs to get up still. No one wants to win this way on your back. One minute, 20 seconds left in this fight, guys. We'll see if Robertson can make something happen in 1 minute. One minute to go, guys. Let's see. She still has top position. I just don't know if she's doing much with it. All right, fight's over. Mackenzie's probably going to win that with a 3 or 4 to 1 type decision. However, for Mackenzie Dern, that's not a way to want to win the fight, is on your back like that. And Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier were talking about, the next female that faces them, or that faces Mackenzie, is going to try to do this, take Mackenzie down and put top pressure on her. So now Mackenzie, even though she gets out of this with the win, she's created a target on herself and a path for the next opponent to try to take her down and try to follow this next fight. Jillian Roberts may have, in that final round or two, shown the path of how you beat Mackenzie Dern. It's just she did it a little too late and didn't do much with the opportunity. But it looks like it's about to be a Mackenzie Dern win, guys. After they announce the winner, we'll step aside and we'll get ready for this main fight. Your main event. All right, there you go, guys. Mackenzie Dern gets the win. Jillian Robertson just didn't do enough with what opportunities she had, but she might have drawn the blueprint for the Mackenzie Dern's next opponent or next contender on how you beat her. Dern needs to. She got this win, but if I'm Dern, I'm going back and I'm hitting the lab on maybe in a week or two. Take a week or two off, and then I'm jumping back into the lab and I'm trying to improve. My takedown defense. I'm trying to improve everything. Don't let that stuff become a target for the next opponent, like a Zhang Weili, because a Zhang Weili, who has great wrestling, will take advantage of that, because the wrestling can neutralize some good jiu-jitsu like that. Good fight. Towards the end, though, disappointed in Dern letting it end the way it did. She came out with the win, but you ended that 5th round on your back. So yes, you got the win on your back. And in fighting, that's never a good feeling to get the win while losing in the final round. Yes, you won the fight, but you were losing that final round. And that's never a fun win, because people think, well, what if it kept going? Are they going to just keep beating you right there? But much love to Mackenzie Dern. Congratulations on that win. All right, guys, we're going to step aside and we're going to get ready for this main event. Main event starting soon. All right. If you're joining right now, do me the favor, join us on YouTube and subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. We do watch-alongs, UFC watch-alongs, Denver Broncos watch-alongs, all kinds of sports watch-alongs, as well as we get involved and we entertain your questions, your comments. Soon we're going to have a Google Voice set up so you can leave voicemail, and then we can pull your voicemails up onto the show late at night. So, stay tuned. Come check us out, and we'll be right back, guys. Let me send you to the Be Right Back screen, and we'll be back right before this next fight. We'll call it about 5-10 minutes, because that's probably what it's going to take with commercials and then their preview video and all that. Oh, wow. Chunky Patty. Patty the Baddie's there, and he's chunky as hell. That's the man who fights at 155, looking like he's 200 pounds right now. He looks like he weighs like 200, 215. He looks like he's closer to my weight. And that guy that fights at 155, which is crazy. But yeah, guys, all right. I will see you in about 10 minutes. We'll get into this. All right. See you now. Ian Machado Gary is in the ring, guys. Yeah, I saw your comment, Ty. Yeah, such a shame how that happened. But I'll say this: Jillian she showed the roadmap to beat Mackenzie Dern. She showed how you beat Mackenzie Dern, and Mackenzie has to really hit the lab. She got the win, but she has to hit the lab again, man, because that's going to be used against her in her next fight easily. That's how this stuff goes. Yep, we got Ian Machado Gary out there in the ring, guys, ready to face off against Islam Makhachev. This fight reminds me a lot of Connor versus Islam minus the negativity and pre-fight animosity. These two have no beef against each other. If anything, there's a language barrier between these two because at the press conference, Ian Gary was saying good things about Islam, and Islam was telling him to shut up. But Islam later, after the fact, was told by Khabib, "Yeah, you need to work on your English because he said nothing but good things to you." And Islam was like saying, "I'm sorry." But Islam's making his way to the ring, guys. This is going to be a good fight. Striker versus grappler. Again, this fight reminds me of the one we just watched just 2 fights ago with Jalen Turner and Fernandez. Not necessarily the same guy, but all I'm saying is in terms of height, this is what the height should look like. Except these guys are welterweights instead of lightweights, so they should be a little, thicker, a little more built. Islam Makhachev making his way to the ring, in the cage. Um, Islam has lost a fight once in his career. Ian Gary has lost a fight once in his career. Islam's only loss in his career was like a head kick kind of knockout. Besides that, the man will wrestle you to the ground and choke you out or submit you. We have to see if Ian Gary has the takedown defense and if he can keep the range. Use that height and length and distance to your advantage. Hope you're having a great night, Ty. Hope everyone who's watching is having a great night. Welcome to Still Up Sports. I'm your host, Cody Chapa. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. I will gladly answer your comments or questions. Just drop them below, before or after the fact. Whether you watch this after the fact, I'll still get to it too. Some people watch these after the fact. All right, you got Islam about to make his way into the cage. He's got Khabib, everyone with him. There's Khabib, Coach Khabib right there. Let's see what Ian Gary's got. I don't have a prediction. I wouldn't be surprised if you end up with an Islam Makhachev submission win, but I don't know. I think Ian Gary is very unpredictable in this situation, so we'll see how this goes. Guys, I'm sorry. Google really did Islam Makhachev dirty with his height. It has him listed at 5'8", but yet the UFC has him listed at 5'10". And it has Ian Gary on the UFC site is listed as 6'3" instead of 6'2". So I don't know, guys. Stay tuned on that. But yeah, the fight's about to begin, guys. Big fight feels, guys. We'll see how this goes. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who you think is going to win this, guys. Islam Makhachev, Ian Gary. Herb Dean is your ref, guys. Philadelphia, you get yourself a good main event. Let's see how this goes for you guys. It's time. 5 rounds. Definitely Ian Gary getting some booze for sure. Islam Makhachev, not so much. All right, guys. Fight's about to start. Get ready. Big fight feels, guys. Big fight feels. And we are off. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how long until a takedown attempt by Islam Makhachev. All right. Islam's going for the takedown. Islam's going for the takedown. Yep. He's got Gary. He's got Gary down. Gary's trying to stand up. Gary's trying to get up, but Islam's getting him to the ground. We'll see how this goes, guys. Islam does not want to stand with Ian Gary. That's a fact. He's not going to stand with him. Someone just put 293K on Islam Makhachev to win this fight. Ian Gary trying to stand up. Ian Gary looks massive in there. I know that he's still trying to fend off Islam, but he looks pretty big. Looks pretty big in there. And Islam's trying to get him to the ground. Islam's really trying to weigh him down and get him all the way to the ground. Yeah, Islam does not want to strike with Ian Gary. So this is why you see Islam really going for this takedown. We'll see if he can get him to the ground, though. He's really working for this takedown. Ian's trying to stand up, but he's got Islam's weight on top of him. When you grapple, you get all this guy's weight on top of you. It's really hard to get it off you. You have to lift them up. You not only are you trying to get yourself up, you got to lift them up too to stand yourself up. And Islam's doing a good job at trying to keep Ian down. He's doing a pretty good job at trying to keep Ian down. Ian's trying to pop up. He's really trying to pop up. I would love to see these two strike. But this is standard for Islam Makhachev procedure to go for this takedown and chase and ride these takedowns and fight for these takedowns no matter what. This is typical of Islam Makhachev to chase these takedowns. Ian Gary's still trying to fight and stand up. He's doing his best to get up. Gary continues to try to pop up and stand up. Islam's just really pushing him into the corner, trying to get him down. It's just nothing but trying to take him down for Islam. Islam's trying to get Gary down. He does not want to strike with the guy. It's not necessarily unheard of or unfathomable to say that Gary's the better striker, so that's why Islam wants to take this to the ground. Yeah, guys, Gary's really trying to fight this whole takedown. Most of this round was spent Gary fighting this takedown and doing a good job at fighting it all. And Gary's mostly out of it, but the round's ending now, so saved by the bell for this first round. All right, so Khabib told Islam, when you're standing up with Gary, be careful. Gary's people told Gary, get after him, piece him up, start piecing him up. That's what you need to do when you're standing up. If you're Gary, you're the better striker. Each fight starts in standing up, striking. So fucking hit him, strike him, hit him. Head kick by Gary, teep kick by Gary. Gary needs to get real creative with these kicks and do some stuff to really make Islam regret or think about coming in for these takedown attempts. Yeah, Makachev probably has the first round for sure by like a 10-9, but so far. We need to see some more explosiveness, controlled explosiveness from Gary, though. We need to see him get Islam thinking and worrying. And you can see Gary's really sizing him up. If this fight stays standing, I don't think it favors Makhachev. But Makhachev is so good at getting the takedown. You never know when it's going to happen, how it's going to come. So you have to be ready, but you have to bring some fire as well. I think the best way to beat a guy like Islam is to just knock his head off, because this guy's going to try to take you to the ground and choke you and submit you. So just knock this dude's head off. That's best bet. Islam is definitely worried to strike. You can tell. Gary going for these teep kicks. Oh, Gary does look big in there. Looks like we might have had like a accidental head collision as they were going in here. And Gary pushing Makhachev to the cage. Gary and Makhachev in a clinch. Oh, wow. Makhachev lands a head kick. Gary scrambles out of it. Makhachev landed a head kick as Gary was moving out of a scramble, and it was a real good kick. But Gary's back up, and now Gary's just got taken down by Islam. Nice little takedown by Islam. Gary's on the ground. Gary's trying to fight this and get back up. We'll see how this can go. If Gary can survive with Islam on top of him, I would not be surprised if this is close. He's really close up to Gary's neck and back right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Islam try to get something in on here. But Gary needs to try to stand himself up. But there was an Islam head kick that landed Gary pretty well. And Gary was able to, scramble out of that. But Islam used that to take advantage and hop right back on him. One more minute in this round for Ian Gary. He needs to really try to get out of this. He's really trying to fend off Islam right now. He's trying to. Gary's still managing to survive. 20 seconds left in this round two, but Islam's trying to take the back, and Gary's trying to pop up. That was a great striking, set for Islam in there. Islam probably is up 2 rounds on this for sure. Ian Gary needs to get in there. Ian needs to really piece him up more too. All right, these guys are back up round 3, striking in the middle of the cage right now, guys. We'll see if Ian Gary can take advantage while he's standing, because Islam's going to keep looking for the takedown, and if he can get the takedown, he's going to take you down, and he's going to keep the position and stay on top of you. Let's see if Ian Gary can make something happen here. They're still striking right now, and not much really. They just keep sizing each other up. Ian needs to really get going. He's only going to win this fight if he wins it standing up. Right now, he's letting Islam dictate the pace. Up, and there goes the takedown attempt. Yep, and there goes the takedown by Islam. Islam going for these takedowns. Ian Gary got out of that and is now standing, so that was big for Ian. Very big for Ian Gary right there. Can he capitalize? He needs to lay some explosive shots on Islam, guys. And I would really like if he can lay some explosive shots here on Islam right now. Almost 1 minute left in round 3. Islam does look like he's getting tired now, so Ian needs to really keep at it. He needs to stay on him, needs to keep going. He needs to land some significant blows. Oh, great head kick right there. And so he needs to keep going after Islam. He needs to keep going after him. And the teep kicks, those teep kicks are really nice for Ian Gary right now. Really liking those things. And then nice little stuffed takedown defense right there by Ian. Good job. If you can start stuffing these takedown attempts, that's a big deal. Body shot. Good job, Ian. Let's see if Ian can keep going. What are we going to see? Oh, spinning back fist with a kick. Gary needs to loosen up and then still be, as long as he's ready for these takedowns and he knows he can handle these takedowns, he needs to bring these crazy kicks. He needs to bring his style striking that has gotten him as far as he has. He knows he can handle some of this grappling to an extent. So let the hands fly a little bit more. All right, guys, round four. We're getting into round four right now. Round four is about to begin. Let's see. Ian might have some stuff going for some energy, positive energy going for him. Let's see how it goes. All right, guys, 4 minutes left in the round four. Ian Gary is getting a little more confident standing up right now. That's what he needs to do. Is he needs to keep striking. Islam's a dangerous striker too at times, but use what you got and keep going. He might have helped him sneak round three. Islam's really trying to take the back of Gary. Gary needs to get out of this. Ian Gary being persistent and trying to fight off these takedowns. He's really being persistent on fighting off these takedowns. All right, guys, we got to see if Ian Gary can make it out of this. Can he make it out of this Islam Makhachev takedown? Can he do it? Gary keeps springing up faster and faster with these takedowns, guys. He just needs to really fend off these takedowns more. Islam's got bleeding a little bit. Ian's really landing some significant strikes while defending this grappling. Ian Machado, Gary is landing some significant strikes still too. Islam's face is pretty bruised up, guys. It's pretty bruised up, and that's because Ian Gary's landing some massive shots. Ian Gary is weathering the storm. Round 5, here they go. All right, guys. So right now, Ian is really bringing some pressure. I think there's a chance he can really do something with this round and really shake things up. And how, depending on how this goes, he needs to keep going. He needs to bring some serious offensive pressure to Islam Makhachev right now. Islam's face is looking bruised and bloody a little bit. Ian, not one bit. Ian's looking like the fresher fighter too. After defending 4 rounds of takedowns, he's still looking like the fresher fighter. They're in a clinch again. They are in a clinch. Ian needs to get out of it so he can start landing some more significant blows. Islam has the back. Islam's taking him all the way to the ground now. So we'll see if Islam can do something with this in the next 2 minutes. Either way, Gary really needs to try to get out of this, but I don't know if he can get out of there with the time he has. We'll see. Either way, Gary has shown that he's still a top contender for welterweight. Easily a top welterweight contender, guys. Easily a top welterweight contender with what he's doing and what he has shown with Islam. Even if Islam pulls it out off the scorecard, Islam looks a little battered. Yeah, guys, I'm thinking we're going to end this fight on the ground. Probably Islam winning the round. So either way, we're looking at an Islam decision victory, probably. There's just less than a minute, 40 seconds, not enough time for Ian Gary to get out or make anything happen. And it's disappointing because it was a very good fight. Uh, I love me some good grappling more than the next person, but in this case, uh, sometimes the grappling ruined a little bit of the fun. But this is MMA for a reason, guys. With less than 20 seconds to go, I think this round's going to end this way. All right, guys, fight's over. Uh, to me, I'm getting the vibe. It's looking like it's done. It looks like Islam's going to pull out the decision win. Oh, well, that was a fun card, guys. I mean, it was a little disappointing to see how. I'm thinking probably 3-2 Islam as well. Islam was smart. This is the thing with MMA. I mean, I would have loved to see more striking, but at the same time, you don't get what this isn't a striking only. If this was striking only, it'd be kickboxing or like Muay Thai or anything like that. Definitely, probably 3-2 Islam. Wouldn't be surprised if it's 4-1 Islam either. But I think Gary, just like Jillian Roberts, showed that there's some chinks in Mackenzie Dern's armor. I think Ian Gary just did the same thing. I think he showed there's some chinks in Islam's armor, and Gary is if he can get that wrestling down a little, even a little bit better. I mean, the size. I think that size that he has really helped him with Islam. Look at Islam's face. Look at Islam's face. Look at Gary. Gary looks like he's ready to go out on the town. Look at Islam's face. Islam's getting the win. But look how gassed Islam is. Look how messed up his face is. I understand. He's won. He won. It's his belt. He's the champ. But I will say, quite an impressive showing from Ian Gary. Just like Jillian Roberts, really showed there's a path in that fight towards the end. She started to show there's a path to beat Mackenzie Dern. I think that's going to be used against Mackenzie in her next fight. I think everything you saw from Ian Gary is going to be used against Islam Makhachev in his next fight too. Is that Hezbollah in there? Don't tell me Hezbollah's still walking around. I can't tell if Hezbollah. Oh, yep, Hezbollah's walking around in the cage. I forgot Hezbollah's still around, chilling. Sweet. Yep, Hezbollah's in the cage, guys. Nice. Well, you know what? Congratulations to to Islam and keeping his belt, guys. Congrats to him. Hope you guys had a great night. If you're with me, let me know before we sign off. Let me show you. Besides, before I send you out here too, because we've had some fun stuff with the channel. We did our pregame, thoughts on this most recent preseason game. We did our post game with Jay Weaver from Orange and Blue Network. That was awesome. Every 2 weeks, we'll do our full talk. Our AFC West fools with our AFC West buddies. We're going to keep stacking interviews. We got some interviews hopefully lined up. We're going to keep stacking interviews. Hopefully tonight I'll drop a new one of these, the late night, vibes. Hopefully I'll drop one more of those tonight. And, we always do UFC streams. We'll be back probably for a few more UFC streams this year, of course. We always do late night shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1:30 a.m. Mountain Time, guys. So come check out these late night shows. Mostly Broncos centered, but again, I leave it open so you drop anything and we'll talk about it. But yeah, guys, we've been doing a lot of cool stuff over here, a lot of cool stuff to come. So if you're watching, drop a like, subscribe, let me know what you're thinking and what you thought about these fights. I want to know what you thought about these fights. I think Mackenzie Dern and Ian Gary really showed us. Jillian Roberts and Ian Gary really showed so much promise and potential, whereas the defending champions Mackenzie Dern and Islam Makhachev are going to have to hit the lab and try to fix fix their flaws and get better. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, that's your UFC 250. What was that? 330? I don't even remember anymore. What was this? UFC 330? I think it was UFC 330, right? Well, this is how out of track we are right now, guys. I think this was 330, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's already in the past. Yeah, 330. That's what I was thinking, guys. All right, guys. With that being said, I'm Cody Chipa with Still Up Sports. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining me for this UFC watch long. And we'll be back probably with the show Monday morning. We'll be back with the Monday morning show. So I'll see you guys there. All right. You guys have a wonderful night. See ya.